So today I'd like us to talk about 3 ways we can become, or you can become, a great mentor. And I'd like to talk about 3 important things that we can use or we can apply to become great mentors. Mentorship, as we said earlier, is a relationship in which value is exchanged and growth is experienced. So anybody who is in a place where they're influencing others for the betterment of the society or the betterment of the community or the betterment of the family, you are a mentor. So today let's talk about 3 important ways to apply, we can apply to become great mentors. Number 1, if you're in a mentorship relationship and you are the mentor, you have to intentionally make yourself of high value. You have to make yourself better. You have to focus on how to become a person of high value. Again, this is important and very critical because in the mentorship relationship, value is exchanged. And if you are the person who's giving value, if you don't have value, you cannot give value. You can never give what you don't have. So the one way to become a person of value is to become a person who is invested in personal growth. I believe that when it comes to personal growth, we have to choose based on 2 criteria, 2 areas. Number 1 is the area of choice. This is to, we're talking about attitudes, we're talking about character. You have to choose an area of your character or the area of your attitude to improve, the area of choice, the things that you choose to do. And then you also look and pick an area of skill. For example, if you're a mentor leading a team, if you're the leader at the marketplace or an organization, you have to train yourself and always improve in your communication. You have to improve on leading others. Leadership is another great example of a skill that you can improve on. So if you're gonna grow, you have to choose at least two things you can improve on daily, not more than 5. Very important. Don't overwhelm yourself. So for example, you can choose, I want to improve my integrity. Integrity is something that we will talk about today. You can say, how can I become a person of more integrity? How can I become a person of high quality character? And then also ask yourself, how can I become a person who is communicating better? Very important. Ask yourself, how can I become a person who can deliver the message or the value in mentorship relationship in a better way? So for example, you can build your interpersonal skills. How do you relate with people? So that is very important. One way to improve yourself, or actually a couple ways, you can first of all read books. Books are the great sources of information to improve yourself. There's great books out there you can read on to become, to increase your value. You can also take courses. You can watch courses such as this. Attend seminars whereby you'll be focusing on developing and improving yourself. Another thing you can also do, you can expand your network. When you have people of high value around you, you will definitely become a person of high value. So expand your network, expand the friendship that you have, introduce new friendships who are going to help you become a better person. When you become a person of high value, 3 things will happen. It will enable you to add value to your mentor. And this goes without saying, it's kind of no-brainer to it. It's going to give you the ability. As I said a few minutes ago, you cannot give what you don't have. You don't have the ability to give value if you don't have the value. So being a person of value will enable you to become, it will enable you to add value to your mentee. Number 2, it will allow you to make adding value to your mentee a priority. Okay? You cannot prioritize what you don't have again. So gives you the ability, gives you the priority. And number 3, it will make you a person who is always feeling a sense of rewarding when you add value to others. It will make adding value to others something that is rewarding to you. You feel a sense of satisfaction because now it's like a river or a reservoir. If you're holding all this goodness in you and you're not pouring into others, you become a reservoir that's going to start stinking. And also again, if a reservoir is not receiving, it's going to dry up. So I want you to become like a river who's always pouring into others. You receive and you pour. And that way you'll feel a sense of satisfaction when you add value to others. Number two, the second thing we can do, we can apply in our lives to become great mentors. We have to develop a relationship based on trust. There are so many ways we can base our relationships in life. We can become people who are basing our relationship based on positions. For example, you're a manager, so people who are under you, they'll just listen to you because you're the manager. You're hired and placed in that position because of what? Because you have the position. You could be a clergy, or you could be an imam. You could be a person who's holding a religious position. So people are listening to you because of the position. You could use intimidation and force to relate with others. But the best way, the one which is going to help you become a great mentor, is when you develop and build your relationship based on trust. Trust is the currency. Trust is the currency of influence. If you will influence people and people will listen to you and you will follow them and they will follow you, you have to build trust. It's that currency that will build a relationship where there is influence in a positive way. Trust is a result of having integrity with people. When you have integrity with people, people will definitely or naturally trust you, or they start trusting you. It doesn't matter what relationship. It could be a new relationship. It could be a relationship that maybe was affected with trust issues. If you start working with integrity and dealing with integrity, then you will find that trust will be restored or to be rebuilt. So how do you operate with integrity in a mentoring relationship that will strengthen your trust with others? Number one, you have to cultivate honest communication. There must be honesty. People have to find you to be truthful and to be trustworthy of what you say, and you're credible. So honest communication must be established and must be cultivated by you as the mentee, as the mentor. You have to cultivate honest communication. Number two, you have to value transparency. Now think about it. You are the one who's mentoring somebody, trying to make them better. And if this is especially in the marketplace, then there must be transparency that has to come from you first. If it's in the ministry, then transparency has to come from you first. People have to see what you're saying and have to know your intention, and they have to know what you expect. Transparency is much, much, much valued in a mentorship relationship. And I think maybe, let's say this way. For example, you start a mentor relationship whereby you have some goals. Then it's important for you to say, give this person a clear outlook of how things will go. We'll mentor in this area, we'll meet these times. And when you're not able to meet, make sure you communicate clearly. Without being found, there's no transparency. And then you also have to, your motives for the relationship, in a mentorship relationship, must be clear, so that there's transparency in that relationship. And then number three, and which I think is very important, that often is underlooked, is respecting boundaries. When you don't respect boundaries, then you'll find that mentorship relationship is going to suffer. Now, for example, if you're mentoring me in the area of, for example, my career, and I give you all this information, but you accidentally find something about either my family, and then I find you are not respecting the boundary that I've put, and you're trying to maybe go to that area without receiving my permission or consent, then you'll be breaking you're going to be violating the boundaries that you have in place. There must be physical boundaries. There's a lot of either sexual relationships that affect mentorship relationship. There has to be moral or emotional boundaries. Boundaries could come in so many ways. There's also that the information that I give you, that it also has to be within the boundary of our relationship in this mentorship relationship. So let's just say that in reverse. What can affect integrity in a mentorship relationship? It's when there's lack of honesty and transparency and violation of boundaries. Very, very important things that we can do to become better mentors. The number three, which I think is very, very important, and this is now, I would like you to think about the first one. As we discussed, the first one was to become a person of value. That is the foundation. That's the foundation, your foundation as a mentor. The foundation that you're laying is you becoming a person of value. You have something that you can give. And then the walls that we'll have in place, the wall will be that will protect this relationship is gonna be the trust. You have to build a relationship based on trust. And now let's put the roof and all other things that will make this house functional or productive. Number 3, we have to choose a focus area to develop your mentee. Now, of course, you have a lot of value in you. You've developed this relationship as based on trust. Now, what do we do next? We have to choose an area. You cannot mentor a person in all their areas, in all their dimensions. Then ask yourself, in this season, maybe in the next 3 months, what should we be working on? Is it your profession? Is it something that maybe you're lacking in your relationships? Is it something that you're lacking in your spiritual growth? So let's focus, because that's gonna this is about making it more effective. And you have to choose an area. This is important because it's gonna help you as a mentor to provide targeted guidance and support that is tailored towards unique needs and goals in a specific season. So the way you choose a specific area, first of all, you have to look what is of interest to your mentee. And also you have to look at what you're able to offer. So there must be a communication, an ongoing communication, starting from day one to ongoing to see where do we need to focus our energy, where do we need to focus our strength. And then you choose the area of interest. Choose an area of growth. Sometimes we focus on an area that you cannot be able to grow. Choose an area that you can be able to grow. And how you do this is by choosing an area of strength. An area of strength that you can improve. For example, if you're trying to coach me or mentor me, either to become an Olympic swimmer, that will not gonna work because that's not an area of my strength. But if you're helping me to become a better communicator, and that is an area where you can be able to help me become better, you can be able to help me because that's an area of strength. You can help me become better in that area. So there's key areas that maybe we can look at. This is just giving an example. And under these 4 areas that I'm going to provide you, you can also look into other sub areas of those areas. For example, career development. You can help me become, as your mentee, you can help me become a better manager at work. That's career development. You can help me become more productive. Personal growth. That's another big area. You know, personal growth involves many aspects. You could talk about the character, you could talk about the skills as we talked about. And then you can also mentor somebody in academic success. And this is just a broad area I'm giving you so that you can be able to see or understand what I'm saying when it comes to choosing a focus area to develop. And then we can also you can choose an area of entrepreneurship. You can mentor somebody how to become great entrepreneurs, business people in the marketplace. Now, as we come to the conclusion of this point here, once you and your mentor once you and your mentee have chosen an area, what do you do next? Again, you have to set clear expectations and goals. So this is going to help you in the area of transparency and honest communication. You have to provide constructive, the key word, constructive feedback. It has to be something that's going to be able to build that person up, you know. And then you have to encourage growth and development. You don't want, and I said this earlier in an earlier video, you don't want to clone your mentee. You want them to grow and to develop in their strength, in their skills. And then you have to share. You as the mentor, you have to share from your experiences and your expertise. And you can be able to learn, you can be able to grow. As long as you're adding value to yourself, you can always find an area where you can add value to that person. You can be able to share from your experiences and expertise. And then be patient. Be patient and supportive. So remember, you as the mentee, maybe in that area that you're mentoring the other person, you could be maybe a few steps ahead of them. Then it's important for you to be supportive, to be patient with your mentee. Last but not least, you have to seek feedback. You seek feedback that how you're doing this relationship. You know, you as the mentor, you also have to seek feedback. Even as the mentee is seeking feedback, how they are doing, you as the mentor have to seek feedback. So again, it's important for us to realize that in the marketplace, in ministry, in our homes, the problem is not lack of ability, but the problem is lack of good mentorship. Good mentorship is key to many successes in the marketplace, in the ministry, in family. If you want to raise your children to become successful members of the community, then you as the dad or you as the mom, you have to ask yourself, how can I become a great mentor? Not only just becoming a parent, you also become a great mentor, great teacher. Apply these three things. Number one, you have to intentionally make yourself more valuable. You make yourself more valuable by investing on personal growth and personal development. Choose an area where you want to improve in this season. Choose an area of skill and an area of choice. Develop your relationship based on trust. Even you as a parent, you as a person who have position over other people, trust is the currency that will help you to influence your mentees in the right direction. And then remember, trust is as a result of having integrity with people. You have to choose an area where you're gonna focus on. You don't want to be everywhere. You don't want to have no focus. You have to have focus. Decide in this year or in these 3 months, we're gonna work on this area. So those are 3 things that you can apply to become a great mentor. I hope that this was of value to you. If it's of value to you, you can pass this along, share with your friends, leave a comment. Let me know which area you can improve on. Leave a comment and add value to others by sharing. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to our channel. The next thing we're going to talk about in the next video, we'll be talking how do you become a great mentee? In other words, how do you become a great student? How do you become a great student? Until next time, have a good day, have a good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this from, enjoy your day.